Hello, Kgothatso.
Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm very well. How are you?
I am good. I can't complain. It's Friday. It's 5 to weekend. So
It's
Friday.
Friday.
So whether you are down or busy, Friday just gets you, oh yeah,
Yeah,
I can rest.
yeah.
So
Yes,
baby
absolutely.
girl, baby girl. So this is how I know you. So welcome again to Conversations with Upumzile, the girl next door. So I am that girl who loves talking and conversing with my girl next door. So the girls next doors that
Mm.
I call is people of interest and people that I think I find so interesting because they are doing things that are groundbreaking in their own lives. So previously, I used to, when I would introduce conversations with Pumzile, I'm saying, you know what, we look um operas, people that are far-fetched. Sometimes somebody next door to you or next to you can be so inspirational and we don't get the chance to do this. So this is why
Yes.
conversations, yeah. So conversations basically for me is people who are like right next to you, where you don't know their story, you don't know their lives, and they're actually so inspirational. So when I spoke to somebody I know who is your mother, who I go to school with, so it will be
Yes.
like, my daughter this, and I was like taking,
Ah,
I love you, friend. I love you, but your daughter is interesting, and I would love to have a conversations with her. So that's why you are here.
yay.
Great. So before I go on and go on, you've noticed that I didn't ask for your bio. I didn't ask you about anything about yourself because
Yeah.
because for me, this is the nice platform whereby you talking to me and my audience. So it's better when you tell us about who Kgothatso is, what is she doing now, study, work, profession, or anything about Kgothatso. Who is she and what is she doing? So over to you.
Ah. So Kgothatso. I say because I am literally just like over the years, I've just stepped into owning the fact that Kgothatso and ke Motswana, and I'm starting to really like own that. And
Yes.
previously, like ke tswa sekolong ko Koko, like I was raised by my grand for the first part of my life.
Yeah.
Then moved to Japan to live with my mom, and in the transition to moving to Johannesburg, you go to like an all English school. And then she was like to me, listen, just for these people not to butcher your name, girl, just say you are KG and we'll move from there. I'm like, okay, that's fine. That's how we're gonna, move in, blend in. It's okay. So we've been KG since like forever. And
Wow.
yeah, and like I don't know with being that, I think you also become something that you not, if that makes sense. Like you just
I
blend with
get
the
it.
crowd. So if the crowd is doing this, then that's probably what you're gonna do because KG is that girl. But
Yes.
I think in the past 2-3 years, I've just been like, "Kenna Kgothatso," and this is what Kgothatso likes. And if you're not down with it, then I'm sorry, but for it, we can't help
Perfect.
you. You see,
Wow,
we can't
that
help
is
you.
that is so
Yeah,
interesting. Yeah, it's so interesting because the KG where we start accommodating other people before we accommodate ourselves first.
exactly.
So that's the
Yes.
transition from understanding the KG with okay, this is me getting in, but when you're in, you realize like, no, KG is just
No.
the two alphabets in my name. That's not the
Imagine there's a whole nine. Like one second missing. Yo, I need
so
and
you
we
can't
can't.
do so like ke Kgothatso se fike ere ke Motswana, this is
Yeah.
me. Oh man. And so
Yes.
in that journey of owning who you are as a young person, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you now?
Oh, I'll be 26 this year.
You'll be 26 this year. So
A
in the
whole 26.
journey, oh you are we are Pumabu youth.
Hi.
No, I'm kidding. You still have another, like some decades, some years to come. I'm still youth. Even though I'm beyond, I'm staying there. Youth vibes
Hold on.
forever.
No, wait.
Like that. No, but you're still young. So tell me, in the journey as a young person, what were the things that made you realize that you need to own the person that you are? Imvelaphi yakho, ubuwena. What were the critical things that like made you like go like, no, I need to be me. I need to do me. What are a few things? Because you know why I'm asking this. Young people struggle with you have friends, you want to get together, you want to be part of the crowd, part of the crew and all that. And your being, let's say you are a nice person, your being says you must always be nice to everybody. You are taught to be, but between being nice and being who you are, sometimes there's a line. So from your side, when you were like, you said, if you are not down with this girl, hey, it's what so. So what were the things that got you to say, you know what, I actually want to own who I am and not just blend in just because I'm in a different, or I should be part of a different racial, ethnic groups or anything else, but I want to be me wherever, anything I enter, anything, any life, or be it church, be it friends, wherever I enter, I want to enter as me.
Yeah. So this is an amazing question, man. So as I said, like it dates a few, like three years back, where I literally was like, this is it now. But and now, having been asked the question, I think it goes even further back, because as I said, so I moved to Joburg, lived with my mom, went to an English school, and then I had to go to boarding school because of the job that she has. So I went to boarding school, and that is a mixed masala of wonk. Like, there is everything from all the languages of Saoba to beyond. Like, everybody is there. And that for me, like, I'm an only child as well, so that was such an amazing experience, because there's so many different people, so many cultures, so many backgrounds as well, that you get to see, like, oh, okay, so maybe I'm not weird because I am the tallest girl that exists in the classroom. Like, there's a few other tall people on earth, like, it's okay. And I'm not weird because I have because I used to relax my hair back in them days. So I had like super long hair as well. Yeah, Bon, I was here. So I used to relax my hair. Used to relax my hair for a minute, and that was also part of the blending in, if I may. And that is a whole topic of another century. But so from that, used to relax my hair, had long hair. That was a thing for people. I didn't get it. I was like, it's just hair, like, relax. But it was a thing. So I was the girl with the long hair for a while. Then I was the girl that played netball because I was tall. So I was the netball girl. And then I did quite well with my academics. So I was the academic netball girl. And then I was a prefect for like ever. So I was like the prefect netball, like all of these girls, it was me. And but there was so many things that I did, and I thought that was who I was, because I was a prefect and I'm a prefect, and you can't be friends with this scheme of people because you're a prefect. And then that also removes you. Yeah, so that removes you from getting to know different people as well. So those things. So I was like, you know what? I got to matric, and I was like, I'm gonna cut my hair. I'm gonna try this natural thing and see how that goes. And everybody was like, "You're crazy! What are you thinking?
What are you doing?"
And I'm gonna cut my hair. Why? And then I thought, okay, maybe not in matric. Like, maybe like, because everybody after matric does all these drastic changes. I'm thinking, you know what, when I'm done after matric, I'm gonna do these things. Then came like September of that year. I'm like, you know what, no, it's done, I'm gonna do it. So I cut my hair, came back to school after like one of the holidays, and everyone's like, oh, you actually did it. What did you do? But I let it grow, like after relaxer, so there's that growth.
Yes.
So I did it after
Yes.
growing, yeah. So I wasn't
So there was
completely bald.
hairline.
There was hair. So that's why I was like, I don't understand what the fuss is. There is hair, like relax.
Yes.
No, did the haircut. And from that also, then that changed me to being the natural hair girl. I'm just like, oh, wait, like, can we not just leave
Be-
all the extras? Like I am the,
like,
leave
here's
all
the
these
person.
things.
Here is the person. Not the
Everything
title. I
else.
am I'm
No.
not my hair. I am not my height. I
Thank
am not my
you. Thank
academic
you.
achievement. Like, hey.
Yeah. But we can't. No, but I mean, India already did give us a song, so she knew what she was
Yeah.
doing when she gave us that song.
Yes. Yes.
But yeah, so we went to varsity. Varsity was also like, okay, let's see what's happening now. Yo, it's a ball full of
Totally. Totally.
so many things. And I'm like, okay, no, this is a new place. This is a chance to just be a new person. So this is a reinvention moment, and let's do this. Go guy. There you also get there. Oh, you're the natural hair girl. Oh, you're the
And
netball
like
girl. Oh,
your hair.
they're not leaving me.
Oh, you are tall. Like, okay.
Yeah, like, oh, you're the tall girl. Yo, no, no.
Okay.
But you learn to adjust with all of those things. And
Okay.
even in that, I was like, okay, how do I become the natural hair girl, the tall girl, the Nepal girl, the academic girl, and still be okay with
Being
who
me.
I want to be?
Yeah.
Yeah. So to not let those labels define me, but for
Yeah.
me to define those labels.
The label. Oh
And
wow.
so, yeah. And so I stepped into that and I was like, okay, cool. So that also came into being, like me saying, this is who I am. These are the things that I do. If you don't like them, then I guess we can't be friends. I would like to be friends, but
Yeah.
this is then on you.
Wow.
So yeah, and the fact, like, I'm also like, I Englisherize, I Tsanarize, and I also Afrikanserize. So me ending up at the Northwest University was a blessing that I didn't realize when
At
I
the
went there.
time.
Yeah, at the time, because I didn't want to go there. I was like, yo, I've been Afrikansing, guys. I've been Afrikansing. I want to go to like UP or
Somewhere.
like Durban or Cape Town, man, somewhere. You know, watch, here we
I
go.
should
And
watch.
why can you watch? And I was like, it's fine. It's okay.
Let
We'll
it
be in
be.
part. It's all right. And it has been amazing. Like,
Wow.
yeah, it's been amazing. But yes, sorry, to quickly answer, finish this answer actually. So yeah, so even in that, like, you the English speaking, Afrikaans speaking Tswana girl, you don't believe in what black people believe in, because when I'm with Uber Africans, and I'm like, no, guys,
Oh,
are we not
yeah.
the same? Just because I can speak
Yes.
a certain language and I have these type of friends doesn't exclude me
No. It's not
from
that
Waban.
type of language. Is a language where people believe it's a language that as a black person you must hate. You must not like. You must not know. So here you are.
And I love the language. I love
Like,
it so much. I
like,
really do.
like it's just a language
Yo,
and it is part of
there's African. Yo, African is so, yo, guys, like language. Yo, I need like, if I could, I would speak it every day, but I can't. But anyway, I
yes,
love the
yeah,
language
because
so
you'll
much.
find us and you're gonna say you greeting and like
Mm-mm,
eh,
mm-mm.
what Hanan like because
Yeah.
I'm one of those who are product of no African thing at all, KZN high
I,
school and all that, so no African thing whatsoever. But yeah, back to you. I like what you are bringing up,
no.
that sometimes we look at each other funny just because you're embracing something that everybody or majority is like, we are not okay with it. They're not okay with
Yes.
it, like year 26 when we were not, or they were not okay with it, it was like 70 something. I was not part of that. How do I now? Yes, and it's just a language, and I'm in the area. I've learned it through where my parents put me. So kill me tomorrow, not now. But I hear you. I hear you. Wow. So now,
Yeah.
Port, life is
Yes.
different. You there now?
No, we are in Port now. The boarding school that I went to was in Mahali, so I was quite acquainted with Afrikaans, and I was okay
Okay.
with it. I mean, again, it is just a language, and
Yeah.
obviously, being in like your netball teams, you would have like me and like one other. That was us. Moved. Then we in Poch, and it's dual medium, but like the social aspects of it are more Afrikaans than not. Say, should you say something like, let's say you say it's so hot today, and then the response would be "you're near," and it's like you basically said yes, but
Yes.
it's just an extreme version of saying "yo hi, who bird, Fanda." Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, Nia, I'm taking that one. And there's a bunch of other things as well. But those are the small things that you adopt along the way. And
Yes.
saying Bangani, because you have like Zulu friends and obviously friend Unganwako. So you just,
Yes.
adopt those things. So that was what hostel did for me throughout the years. And I
Wow.
really, again, like I appreciated that. But when you do look back, as I said, I'm an only child, and making friends, which I later realized was like replacing siblings that I didn't have. So it was very difficult for me
Oh,
to let go of friends. Yeah. So when you
yes. So
touch
the
on the fact
holding
of being
on.
nice,
Yeah.
yeah. So you being nice, and you think, "Won't muntu nice?" Can't no, girl. Like, not everybody cares as much as you do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's
And because you're
it's
nice,
so
nobody
bad.
owes you their niceness.
No one owes you any niceness back. Like, that's
Yeah.
on you. Nobody asked you to be nice. You just came up and you were nice. Like,
Yes.
what?
This friend of mine, long time ago, I used to have the same issue where I'd be like very naive, or I'll complain about I am nice and I do things, for people, and like, I'll hump on,
Yeah.
I am nice. And as
Yeah.
you know what, Pumzile, you cannot expect just look at this scenario. Let's say you are a vegetarian and you go to a zoo. So because when we are vegetarian, so Maguza, a lion, do you think a lion must say to you, oh, you don't eat meat, so sorry, I must not eat you. It will eat you anyway.
Never.
You're like, I don't care, you're a vegetarian, I'm gonna eat you. You are meat.
Thank you.
I just stood there like, okay, don't expect the world to be nice to you because you are nice. But I hear you.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Wow.
but you're Ashen. So we
Him
learned, but these are lessons you learn along the way,
as
and
you go.
as much as you have friends that teach you certain things now and then, but like Mama has been the biggest teacher, like life
Wow.
teacher that I've ever had.
Wow.
So that realization came from speaking to her. Like, Mama, I don't understand why she's being so mean to me. It's like, not
Yeah.
everybody's like you,
Yeah.
okay?
So
And
go on.
not
Go on,
everybody
go.
sees
Go live.
friendship. Yeah. And not everybody sees friendship the way you
So
do.
you
Like, you
see
take it
it.
seriously. Some people see you as a season, and you're like, you want this
Wow.
person in your life forever. Can't not show me
Wow.
no season ale. Let
And
we
that's
go.
it. You were
And
here
yeah,
to teach something or
yeah,
learn something about yourself, and then life goes on.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
something else that is interesting about you. Akere ke old school nyana ne. So, ke tlo e bitsa ka di old school. I know that you then endeavored or a journey of entering your contest, your beauty contest, or your pageants. There's so many
And like a
names.
contest.
Or when you're like, okay, I am tall. I've been labeled as the tall girl. So here's the platform I can use or enjoy being this height. How did that came about for you to say, oh, okay, runway life, pageant life, yeah. And then please share which ones have you entered, what did you win, what didn't you not win, and what did that teach you or the process teach you, and are we looking at the future Miss SA's Miss Universe or something? Bona, yeah. Yes, serve. I love it, serving the crown.
Yes. So Kgothatso, no, Bona, it wasn't always the thing. In preschool, you do the typical preschool one,
Yes.
and a competition, and you do it anyway. So the first ones were obviously in preschool. And that, like, I must tell you the story about that first one. Oh, my word. So we did the contest, did the hair, like we straightened the hair, we did the curlanyana, so we had like cute little curls, and it was great. I think I was like 5. I think I was like 5 or something back then. Still living the Koko, and everything was nice. Koko. So the day of competition, everything is fine in the morning. We go to the school. We go to the hall, everything is nice. That one I didn't win.
Okay.
It's fine. So we go back home, and now it's raining. Like rain, like Komachaying. Anybody that has been Komachaying knows that rain is not actually equals to Monati, because it's mud, it's overflowing rivers, it's trees, it's everything, right? It was such a storm on that day.
Wow.
But we made it. So we're going back home, and like there was a pathway that we like normally cross. Now it flows like a river, but like normally there's no water in that path.
Okay.
There's water because there's a flood. There's a whole river now. In the morning when we went to school, there was no water. Now we are coming back, there's a river. Like
where, like,
it was
God, did you just start
so we had to cross
Genesis
over.
again?
I had to go from one granny to the next granny. I'm still looking cute with my curls. My curls are just like there's rain, and it's not okay. But you know what? We survived. We made it home, and it was fine. And I was like, look, now it's a whole story, right?
Yes.
So yeah, we got home. I was still like, I was okay. I was like, oh, the competition was nice. I got to see people. But only last year I find out that my gran was not happy, so that I didn't win.
Like, you are a waste of Mzogolo.
No. She was upset that another girl won. And she's like, I don't understand why that girl won and you didn't win. And I'm like, Coco, all these years, like 20 plus years, you've been holding on to this life. But I totally get it. She is like my biggest cheerleader. And she's always like, push me into whatever. If I tell her that I'm playing netball, she's like, you're going to do great.
Yes.
And I tell her that I'm a prefect now. She's like, you're going to be amazing. So she cheers any venture that I take on. Like she's amazing on that regard. But so that besides that, I've always been quite awkward. Because I've been called tall, I thought there was something wrong. I wouldn't walk with a hunch, but you know what I mean? And all my friends were always short. And I'm just like, why? I never had friends that were...
Yeah.
Let's sit, Bangani. We're not going to stand and walk around. But yeah, all my besties were always shorter than me. No shame. I never made them feel like that. No, we can't. You have to keep friends around. We can't do that to them. But yeah, so I was always rather awkward. I never thought I was pretty for like a while. And that's been something that's been a struggle. And I believe that for many young girls as well.
Yeah.
Like Oshapu, Bonamo, you look cute. And I wore fringe for most of my life because I always felt like
Important.
if I can't see, you know, then you can't see
Yes.
me. Do you know what I mean? So I always had a fringe because I felt like so awkward and no one
Wow.
must see me.
Wow.
And then that's also another thing, you know, from cutting
True.
my hair,
True.
like, you know, like the afro defies gravity. It is
Yeah.
your whole face, so everybody
Yes.
sees you, so
Must see
you
you.
can't hide.
True. Yeah. There's no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but there's none of that. No.
True.
But you see, there's so many symbolic things of many things that I've done, and I
Yes.
didn't realize them at the time, but it was a coming out of, you
Oh,
know, of
wow.
me and who I am. So, okay, so now the sessions. So only in 2017, um, so a friend, okay, before, let me tell you the story. So
Yes.
there was the Miss Varsity Cup,
Okay.
and that's related to the rugby
Oh,
um,
okay.
on campus. Yeah, so most universities do it as well. It becomes, so you win your individual campus one, and then there's a
Oh,
national
okay.
one as well. So
Okay.
that year, I got second princess. I don't know if you can
Oh,
see
yeah,
it.
I can see Miss Varsity, yeah, Varsity Cup
Yeah,
2017. Yeah, second princess.
yeah, yeah. So that was us in 2017, and I didn't enter that myself. A friend of mine. So there was like you could nominate a friend over
Oh, okay.
Facebook.
Okay.
Yes. So I was sitting with a friend of mine, and she is like, "I'm gonna nominate you." I'm like, "Okay, Jimmy." I didn't think she was gonna do it. So she does it, and she nominates me, and then next minute I get a call like, "Hey, you should come for interviews." I'm thinking, "Wait, what?"
Is this real?
Okay,
Like, did you
let's
do
go.
it?
So we go for interviews, and I was very, very relaxed about the day. They asked me, "So why are you entering?" I'm like, "I didn't enter. A friend of mine did. I thought it was a joke, but here we are." And then they're like, "Okay,
Yes.
well, going forward, how would it be for you?" I'm like, "Well, I enjoy rugby, so I would not mind coming to every single game." So there we go. I'll be there.
Yes.
So like questions, what it seemed like serious questions, but I was answering them as plainly as, you know,
And
as what I am.
casual.
And then, you know, very casual. Yeah. Then being the student, we were buying some fake cook and chips. And like I get this notification that I'm like on a group on WhatsApp, and it says like Miss Varsity Cup finalists. I'm like, wait, what is going on? And there we were finalists. And then I went, like, I rushed back to house. I'm like, look what you did.
I can't have my
And it
guinya
was a whole
now.
talk. So now we are in, now we have finalists. Very, very amazing journey. I didn't even know
Wow.
like I said, this was the first one. So I didn't know what pageantry was all about. You see all
Okay.
these super pretty girls and you're like, yo, Kaizini, here is
Yeah.
me is here. Okay, it's fine. We'll
What
see.
am I doing
If
here?
anything, make friends, you know, just make friends. It's okay. And yeah, so we went on, did a few shoots, and then we had like a spa day, and I was like, wow, this
Wow.
is so nice. And I felt very bougie on that day. Oh my word. So on the last day as well, it was also the day of interviews with, I think the rugby captain, the coach, and then someone of the organization of like Varsity Cup.
Okay.
So interviews were very interesting, very cool. They asked me, I remember the captain, he was with one of the other players, and they asked me, so obviously Varsity Cup, after every game when we win and stuff, we go out and we celebrate. Like, do you go out and like dancing and drinking or whatever? And I was like, I don't actually, because in 2017 it was my 14, 15. It was my final year of my
Oh,
first degree.
yes.
So yeah. So I was like, I feel like I'm way too old for this vibe. Like, I don't like the going out thing. It doesn't faze me. I don't think it's cute when people are drunk and they're falling on you. I don't.
Yeah, you're like,
So,
no, not for me.
no, if you need me there to do my duty as Miss Varsity Cup, absolutely, I'll definitely
We'll
be
do
there.
that.
But don't expect me to,
Yeah,
be all out of my mind and stuff.
yeah.
And he's like, okay, cool. No, I respect. Like, thanks, boy. There we go. Yeah.
We
So that
within.
was 2017 first ever Sash vibe.
Yes.
And then 2019. Okay, wait. Let me just get this. 2019. So what happened was, as I'm saying, my first
Please
degree
put the
ended
first one
in.
on. Put the first one on as we go into the
Right?
second one. Oza.
Okay.
Oza.
The
As
first
we,
one.
yeah. Yes. Then next
Okay.
one. Oh,
Right.
how dope and pretty is
One.
that?
What happened? Oh, so first one, finished my degree, shop, we moved on. So I worked, I went and became an adult in 2018. And I thought, oh, adulting is going to be amazing.
Amazing.
For real. A
You
trap,
didn't
a
ask
whole
air traps. You didn't
time.
ask adults.
No one
What?
told me. No one prepared me for
Yes.
adulting. So we just went right in and I never. So anyway, 2018
Yes.
was a big year, I feel, that set me up for where I am and
Okay.
where I want to go. In terms, so I went into corporate and it was like, yo, like
Nazo.
no, number one, no one cares about you. Like you're no
Yes.
one's child there. Okay, you're an employee. You get
Yeah.
paid to do a job and do it. If you don't, thank you. Next.
Goodbye.
Pawan?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, Kgothatso wanted to be friends. Kgothatso wanted to be friends with everybody. No one wanted to be, no one wanted to be friends with Kgothatso.
You are
And she
here
didn't
to.
understand of that
Okay.
year. So
Yeah.
yeah, whole had
I'm
to
here.
cancel that.
Okay.
It was a bit difficult and going into the year as well, but I turned to my faith. I was like, God, if you want me here, you will keep me here. Otherwise, please take me out because
Yes.
you can see I'm not liking this. I don't like what
I'm
I'm doing.
trying. Yeah.
Um, I'm trying to really just do my best. And the team I'm working with were initially very supporting. And then it just got super
It
real.
changed.
Like it was just
Yeah.
like we're colleagues and that's it. And I'm like, wait, when did this change? And so Mama was also like, there's something going on with you. Like, are you depressed or what's going on? And I was like, I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
just going to work and coming back.
Wow.
But she will tell you a story about that year and how, it just affected me blindly to me. I didn't realize I was going through depression.
Oh wow.
But I was.
Yeah.
And but we made it through because God is so good.
All the
Um,
time.
yeah, we made it through. And then towards the end of the year, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go back to school the next year. I'm going to do teaching, and that's going to be me. And she's like, okay, great. I support you. November comes. I got accepted into the teaching program, and she's like, why don't you look into town planning? Because I am a person, I love design. I like lines. I like
Yes.
constructing things. And town planning gives me an option of like structure because I'm a
Okay. Wow.
very that person. I
Wow.
like order. You're
Yeah.
come on.
So if you don't mind, before you
And so she's
continue,
like, look into this. I look into it.
yeah, yeah, I wanted to know your first degree. What did you do so that I can see how then moving from this to
Oh,
okay,
so I did consumer science
okay, cool,
first,
okay.
and
So now moving to this
actually,
one.
okay, wait, no, I did IT for a semester,
Okay.
because that was the only way I was going to be able to play netball for
Okay.
the institution as well. Yeah, so
All
I
right.
got in through IT, dreaded it, told my coach, Coach, can we change? Coach was like, let's go, Chami. Went to consumer science,
Okay.
loved it, and then completed it. And
Okay,
then
great.
now we found time planning, which is completely different, but
True.
I love it
Yes.
ever more. Yeah. So now we're doing time planning. It's my 3rd year.
Oh, wow. Ah,
Yeah.
congratulations. You are
Almost
getting
done.
them like
Almost done.
almost
Yo,
done.
but
You're
it's
getting there. You're getting there. Wow.
rough,
Yes.
rough, but we passing.
Cool.
But yeah, so we found time planning, and that I will say was honestly like a God step. Like
Nice.
I had never, I didn't know what you needed for it. I just knew that. I mean, my marks kind of looked all right for it. I
Yeah.
applied. Um, then I went to Potch as well. So second year also
Okay.
in Potch. So I went there, thinking I'm gonna just deregister from the teaching program and then just switch over
Yes.
to town planning and see what can happen. And literally, I had 1 week to get this right, and I stayed there for like 2 weeks. So I had no place to stay. I was crashing with friends, so I could sort out my academics.
Yes.
So I went over. Then they're like, no, listen, you can only register for this town planning thing. You can only do the switch next week because you have to write a test.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
thinking, bruv, I need to go home on Friday. And they're like, no, sister,
And
you
then
need to be here
now.
Tuesday. So I
Ouch.
stayed. And I stayed. The Tuesday comes, I'm writing the test. And literally, like, there's a math section. Because town planning is a very, okay, for us now and in Potch, it's a selection course. So there's only like 27, 30 people that get to take it.
Oh,
And
wow.
so, only the best of the best from this
Wow, the
aptitude test can
selection.
do can do the degree. So I'm like writing this test, and then there's a math section, and I'm thinking, I haven't done math in 6 years. What must happen? Like, I don't know. 1 plus
So there's
1. Me,
doubts.
I
Now
don't
there's
know
doubts.
it.
There's hopeless.
But look what
Soldier
God
on.
does. I'm
Yeah.
busy, I'm busy writing maths, ne? And it's hitting me quite a lot. But I'm like, you know what? We'll just ABC is okay. God was with you before. He's here now.
Now, let's
So
do it.
during the test, there's a lady comes in and she's like, no, Kgothatso, quickly come here. And I go and like, listen, have you done this test before? I'm like, yeah, but it was, to go into my previous degree. And they're like, okay, what was that a BSc? I'm like, yes. I'm like, no, man, you don't need to write the test. I'm like, oh, thank you, because maths was not okay.
What? What?
So
The
I
story of
stepped out of that
believing.
test and like, right?
I'm
Yeah.
good.
So I didn't write the test. They just wrote the note and they're like, from BSc to BSc, you're good to go, honey.
You're good to
Go to
go.
this department. I get to that department. The
All
lady's like,
smooth.
did you apply for this module? I'm like, sorry, no, ma'am, I didn't apply, but we're gonna go in because
Yes, I'm here.
I stayed. But I didn't, obviously, you don't say that to the tiny life job. You say, no, ma'am, but it's fine. She's like, okay, we'll see if you make it through. I'm like, no, okay, we will, but you're doing your job, so I can't blame you. So she writes the note. I then go to my new faculty and they're like, oh, yes, come. It's so nice to have you. This is going to be amazing. I'm thinking, what? All of this in like this big. Auntie Pumi, I'm telling you, it was insane. So we made it in town planning, and then 2019 is
here. Wow.
2019. We were told by I'm still in touch with my previous lecturers from consumer science. So they are also like very, very big fans.
That's great.
So the one was like, no, I was a judge for Miss Campus. You should totally do it. And I was like, I don't know, but okay, let's just see. So this one, I signed myself up for it, and we won! So Miss Campus 2019.
What? Wow.
This was us. in 2019.
2019.
A very interesting journey as well. Made some amazing friends. So this is the
Wow.
original sash, and then later on in the year, they made new sashes. So I don't know if you
Okay.
remember, like with the Miss Universe. So the set,
Yes.
or like how Steve did, and the Miss Universes get to sign his
Yes.
jacket. So the same applied for
Wow.
the new sash. So they didn't
Wow.
print the year on the new sashes, so then they just pass it on, and
Yes.
then
Wow.
until yeah. So it's very pretty. The other
Ah,
one has like gold on it. It's so cute. But yeah,
wow.
so I got to keep this one. So this is like the last one. It
The
has the
last.
year on it, so I'm very happy.
Yes. Sweet.
Yeah. And then
Amazing.
what happened? Oh, 2019, amazing, amazing. Did very, very awesome project. But my reign was cut short going into
Okay.
2020 because of the Rona. And then we were
Yes.
home. And
Yes.
then came Miss SA Campus. So with every campus comes, so you get your Miss Campus, and then they go forth and enter automatically into Mr. and Miss SA Campus. So that for me
Wow.
was like, oh my word, this is a big
It's huge.
one. We were against the nation. So I didn't know what to expect. But it was
Wow.
also delayed because of
Of
the Rona. So
Corona.
we were supposed
Yes.
to have a actual show with like an audience and everything. We didn't have that. We had a virtual
Wow.
one like this. It was also, I was very like, I was nervous, and then I was relaxed, then nervous, then relaxed. But
Yes.
again, like we pray for these things and we
Wow.
trust the living God, honestly. So yeah, so then we got it. So now, oh, this is getting so hot. So
I
now we are
know.
Miss SA Campus
Wow.
2020.
2020. Wow.
Yeah.
Kgothatso.
So this is us
Phew.
now. And honestly, as I said, like we are praying to a living God, and all of these
Yeah.
things literally only happen because of him. Even though I didn't know that this is something that I wanted to do
To
ultimately.
pursue.
But it's a great,
Wow.
yeah, it's a great, like pageantry is overlooked.
Yes.
And it means so much to so many people, and it allows you, it affords you such great platforms, honestly. And I
Yeah.
would encourage any little girl to do it.
Wow.
You know, there's some people that have very strict,
Parents
how do
and
I say
yeah.
this, like a very yeah, very strict parents, or they have an uptight um experience with pageantry, and that's unfortunate for some situations. But like
Yeah.
I'm saying, I got it late. I got into
Wow.
it rather late, but I'm appreciating what it's
Exactly.
all about, and I can't
Yes.
wait. I
And
can't
look at
wait for
that,
what's
three
next. Yeah.
down the line where you've gone through this and things that, you know what I love about, that's why I'm letting you talk because it's more your story. These are the stories that let other young people believe in themselves. And also importantly, I think what I got from you is what people see and who you think you are and what you think about yourself sometimes is two different things. When somebody says, I'm going to enter you to this, immediately it tells you something about who you are and what you are
Yeah.
capable of, you know, the potential
Yes.
that you have, you know, and you then saying, if somebody's trusting me with this, I'm going to go with it. And I'm not going to look down like,
Yeah.
no, why are you doing this? So it's a
Mm.
beautiful story because this is what I want to do for youth. Last question before, yeah, you know, yeah, these Zoom meetings and you know, and the timing. Before we go, like hearing your story and your journey from being young and having your grandma and your mother being a big part of who you are today, what do you think the
Yes.
youth of today is missing in South Africa? Because there's so much happening, you know, when it comes to us parents not understanding what the youth is facing now, you know, like jobs, getting into varsities, all of those things. Youth is faced with a whole lot of things. What can you tell us as parents, parents in a, like I'm using parents and like as a general one, but this means your teachers, this means people in church, that means people in professional organization, like adults. What is youth facing now and what can we do to assist youth currently?
So my biggest thing is obviously, as you mentioned, so I had like a great support system and I know what home is. I
Yeah.
always take a step back. And a small example of like when we used to be, contact and campus and everything, I would always either a weekend or two before exams or tests, I always go home. I just come back home for mama to just speak of like why I am doing what I'm doing and what the end goal is.
Yeah.
So always having a strong background is key for anyone, I believe. But for the parents, I would say create that space for us. Like have that open link for us to know it is safe for me to tell you, listen, I had such a rough week. I
Ah,
thought that I'm doing well in this module, but I'm really not, and I
wow.
don't know why. And for you, as my mom or my dad or my aunt, whoever I'm talking to
At the time.
take the time to say, you know what, you are much better than this. A
Yeah.
50, okay, sounds like a great mark because in varsity, every 50% is
It's
congratulated
calculation.
because varsity humbles us so quickly. um, Yeah, but just for you to sit me down and say, you're much better than this. Yes, this is not something that you enjoy, but you can do better.
Yeah.
Create a safe space for us to come to you and tell you, this is not the marks that I can get, mom, but this is what has been happening in my life,
Yeah.
and this is the reason why I have these results. Or like in when I was 10, mama
Yeah.
created that space for me. Like, she noticed that I'm now hanging around with this certain person, and she's like, but you never liked her. I'm like, yeah, but she's now talking so nice to me. And she's like, no, but I
Like
want you to tell me
no.
what's going on. Yeah. So she would tell me, okay, I want you to tell me what's happening with your friends. If you
Okay.
like a guy and a guy likes you, I want you to tell me. So she created
Wow.
that open communication, and she created that channel and space for me to
Wow.
come and tell her, this is what's happening with this and this person. This is what's
Oh
happening with
wow.
me. This is how I relate to this. So that really helped us.
So
And
that's key.
but yeah, so that open communication is super key. And that will also allow your child, now being you as a parent, like that will allow me as your daughter to be free around you, to express myself, to
Yeah.
if I want to cut my hair, I can cut my hair. If I want to make it blonde, I can make it blonde. But you won't question me and say, what are you thinking? Why are you
Wow.
being this weird person? You can rather ask me, why are we going blonde? No, because
Then
I saw Justin Bieber go blonde and I think I like it. Oh, okay. And then Radaya Muriri, and we see it looks like a disaster, and then we laugh
like
it off, and then we
and
buy
then
black,
move
and it's
on.
fine.
Wow.
We move.
That's
We move.
important.
So the greatest thing I think is for us as as a younger generation to not be afraid to express ourselves, but also be open to that criticism rather, but it's constructive from our
Wow.
parents, and also not off, being defensive, but be open to saying, Mama, this is who
Being
I am. I
corrected.
would really love
Yes.
for you to take the time to get to know this. And if you, as my mom, feel like this is not who you see me as you were if you were saying, like, I swear,
Tell
Nangwanaka, like,
me.
I will not let it
Yeah.
blonde, then tell me and also express why you say that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you can't just say, hey, blonda go tshwane. Why or a blonda in
And
tshwane?
yes. It's Namang. And
You
why
can't
that
just say,
person?
hey, it's
Wow.
man, and why it's yena?
Not
Hey,
me. So it's
what's it?
important
Almost
to
then
be
it's gonna make you
clear.
feel like very clear, very, very clear. So I
Yeah.
feel like at the core of everything is
Wow.
communication, and exploration of self,
Wow.
and also being open to receiving. You will get a few no's, and you will get,
Yes.
like I was saying, like I didn't win my first ever competition. I didn't know my grad was upset
Yes.
until I
Until
got
now.
I got this one actually, and she's like, "Wait, no, 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 and like some rate young," and I was
And
friends
like
with
it's
that girl.
and Coco was like, I knew you were supposed to be the queen. You were supposed to be the
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
And it proved it over the years. Wow.
yeah, yeah. It was
Wow,
very, very
Kgothatso.
sweet. Very, very sweet. But we're
Man,
here now. But we're
beautiful.
here now, and going forward, I just, like I said, open communication from parent
Yeah.
to child and child to parent, and to society as well. Like, your dreams are valid. So if
Yeah.
you're chasing something and nobody else is seeing what you're seeing, there's definitely
Oh,
someone somewhere. Like, we are now a global village. Literally, you can contact someone in Canada that will be able to
true,
help you with your dream, and you can be a
true.
success, and that's amazing. So I'm not saying
Yes.
don't start at home, but if home isn't conducive to what you want
Go
to
out
do,
there.
then you are welcome to look for people that will build your dream with you. And eventually you will see, like, your family will definitely come around, whether
Come
it's your
around.
friends, your family,
Wow.
whoever you surround yourself with will come around if they're not apologetic about it, but they will definitely see how you are worth it. And that's something you should keep pushing onto. Like, honestly, go for
Wow.
it. And if today doesn't say yes, tomorrow will
Tomorrow
definitely
will
say
say
yes.
yes. Oh, wow. You summed
Yeah.
that up beautifully for me. I think that says it all, to say you are worth it and continue to try. Don't stop on your first try. Continue and believe in yourself more. Are you
Yes.
on social media? Because when we post this, we always tag and all that so that if other young people who, when they're listening to your story and they were struggling or they are struggling with reaching out their dreams, they can just go and like, hey, I want to say that this is who I am. How do I do this? So, are you on social media?
Yes. So I'm on Instagram at
Okay.
ms underscore Safike. So just miss underscore Safike.
Okay.
And Instagram is like my most like
Okay.
active channel at the moment.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Otherwise
Okay.
Facebook,
Cool.
but let's rather on
Let's rather.
Facebook.
No,
Rather
no
IG.
problem. No, IG will do. And then what we'll do is we'll just tag it when we put this up. But I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I learn a lot
Yeah.
from young people, old as I am. I think sharing this platform with young people, for me, I missed that in my young life because I felt like, yes, I knew who I am. I knew I was talented, but I think because I didn't trust myself enough. So this is what I wanted to do to other young people. But if
Yeah.
there's no,
Yeah.
yes, there will be Kgothatsos out there who can say from far, hey girl, get up, you good, do something. This is
Let's
why I do
go.
what I
Yes.
do. And so thank you so much for allowing the time and the space to talk to you.
Thank you for having me. It has been so much fun.
I
And we
know,
could have
right?
had 2 hours. It was so, so fun. So
No, so
fun.
fun. Most enjoyed it thoroughly, thoroughly, laughing out loud. When I met you the first time, actually, I was like, oh, this girl, I can just chill and then we'll talk about almost everything in one sentence. Everything.
And we can.
Bona, bona. No, thank you so much for Kgothatso, and we'll be in touch again.
Absolutely. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. Bye.